Hey Sagittarius, this is Veritas Malefica with a general reading for your sign for the new moon in Sagittarius, peaking on November 30th / December 1st, depending where you're located, 2024. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading. So not all of the messages may resonate specifically for you. If you are looking for a personal reading, I do offer those on a limited basis, and the information for how to book that is listed below in the description box. I have already meditated on the energies and shuffled the cards, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. First of all, happy birthday season, Sagittarius. Happy holiday season. Happy winter. We are officially in the dark season, and I'm kind of feeling it this year. The resting, recovery, letting things kind of end and die, clearing out the things that need to be cleared out. Yes, I will say, as I was tapping into the energy, and even now as I'm going through this reading, I feel very spacey and like very ADHD, like I'm getting a lot of different topics coming in. So there might be a lot going on for you. You might just find it hard to focus. We are dealing with Mercury retrograde, also in Sagittarius, which can be challenging to navigate, get the communication out properly, and just kind of my general rule of thumb for Mercury retrograde is to just expect the unexpected, or to lower expectations and therefore lower disappointment levels. Yes. So as I was shuffling, just connecting to the new moon in general, I had the Two of Swords come out. I feel like this is kind of the overarching energy for everyone. So I'm leaving this card out as kind of our overarching theme. The Two of Swords is representative of kind of two ideas or being split in half, kind of like a tipping point. That's what it feels like. Um, there may be a decision that needs to be made. There may be kind of a feeling of, how do I make this decision? Or just indecision in general, being kind of present at this moment. We're not quite sure where things are going to go, but I think what you're going to figure out during this time period is what is the decision you want to make and how are you going to make that. So something to think about. If you're on the edge or teetering about something, or even if you're not, I feel like there's a sense of illumination coming, that you realize that there is a time, there is something that you need to make a decision about. There is something that either needs to be released or something you need to change in some way. So we have that as kind of our overarching energy. Kind of a this or that. Like, which pathway would you like to choose? And becoming aware that you are indeed choosing it. I'm only getting 3. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Cups. So for me, this is, and this makes sense with being in Sagittarius season, with the themes of Sagittarius, and with Mercury being in retrograde in Sagittarius. What we're trying to decide about and what we're deciphering, what we are making decisions about, are things centered on what do we actually want, what fulfills us, what brings our happiness to us, what is our true aim, what brings us that ultimate goal. And that's really what the heart of the matter is. I was reading something this morning about, you know, different Sagittarius symbols through the ages and how they kind of morphed into, what they are today, with the centaur, with the bow and arrow. But there was I am not going to know which era this was from, or even which culture it was from, that depicted Sagittarius as a beast of some kind, and it looked almost feline in nature, but still it was like a character riding that beast, or the character being half beast, half man. And the arrow was actually being turned and pointed at the tail of the beast, which was a head in and of itself. So the symbolism in that is that Sagittarius's arrow, Sagittarius's aim, is actually not pointing at some lofty idealistic goal that's completely unrelated. It's actually turned inward towards self-reflection, and we're aiming our arrows at what is the thing inside that needs to be shifted? What is the thing inside that needs to be changed? What is the our core aims are actually to shift and transform the self. And I found that very interesting. And that's kind of what this theme is like, what is our inner happiness? What is the thing we're actually wanting to shift and change? And it's always, how do I make my life the ideal? How do I make my life into the dream that I would like to manifest? Okay. All right, Sagittarius. So we have 3 knights on the table. They're all reversed, which is interesting. I'm going to pick a few more cards to get a little bit of a gauge. Let's get more, please. Okay. Yeah, the one that's stuck in the deck is the 5 of Wands, which denotes conflict, challenges, having to deal with multiple streams of energy in varying different directions. And that's kind of the vibe I got here. So this is absolutely, your energy feels stretched thin. You're having to go in 3 different directions at the same time. And it's kind of splitting your efforts. We have the King of Cups, which is funny. These are knights, not kings, but this is the suit that's missing from the table. We've got swords, we've got pentacles, and we've got wands. So now we have the cup showing up here, which is funny. At the bottom of the deck on this one is also cups. So I feel like there's an emotional aspect that's maybe lacking, or that it really is the underlying root cause of everything. So something to keep in mind is to keep the emotions in mind, keep that cup handy. There's a battle, and I feel like it is within. I feel like your energy is being stretched thin. You're being asked to take on several different roles at once, and it's kind of throwing you off kilter. The other card that showed up is your card, Temperance. And so this is just confirming that this is the general readout of Sagittarius, that there is a need to balance, there is a need to temper, and there is a need to combine these elements successfully together. Even though it may be challenging, I think that is the goal of this time period. And astrologically speaking, it's just a little weird out there. So my heart goes out to you. And I mean, I'm one of you, so I'm dealing with this also. It's going to be a challenging season, which is why I'm not planning much for my birthday. But yes, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Let's see what this one is. Tower. Okay, so there's some crash and burning energy here, or rather an unexpected surprise. Now, what I feel like, you're trying to take on too many roles. You're trying to be too many things to too many different people. You're attempting to be the person who has all the ideas. You're attempting to be the person who takes all the action. And you're attempting to be the person who has the finances to back it up. And in so doing, you flipped them all in the reverse. You can't wear all these hats because it turns them into the negatives of themselves. And this will cause you to lose something. It's an unstable scenario. It's an unstable setting. You can't be handling all this at once. You can't, sometimes some things don't mix together, and that's okay. So you need to be able to discern which things can successfully mix together. And this kind of ties in with that ADHD thing that I was getting. There's just like, you're trying to be 3 different people at once. and you're trying to balance all these different energies together that don't go together. You don't have to do it all. You can absolutely back off and focus on your own scenario, or just take one or two of these things, one or two of the wands that you can work with, and combine them into the thing that you need. But this looks like crashing and burning is imminent unless you temper your efforts. I'm going to go ahead and pick one more just to kind of get clarification on this. Wow. Okay. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Swords here again. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles again. Nine of Swords. And we have the Nine of Cups on the ground. I'm just going to leave that there. So again, the cups are away from the reading. So there is a strong need for you to get out of your head and not worry about the physical aspects of things so much. That's what this message is saying. The crashing and burning and the negative mindset is coming from you over focusing on the material and not making a decision about something to do with that. You can't just keep going in the direction you've been going. There's, again, your shift is coming. It's coming in quick, it's coming in soon, and it might be rather violent and sudden. It might be a little like, this doesn't feel great. This was too much of a surprise. But I think what the suggestion is, with the 10 of Cups being here, the King of Cups showing up before, and the 9 being on the ground here, you've got to come back to center. You've got to come back to you. You've got to come back to the emotional part of it. You've got to connect to the water element, the feminine element, the allowing element. You can't do and be everything to everyone. You can only do that for yourself. And the way you do that for yourself is by connecting to the emotional. This realization is going to come in rapidly for you, and it's going to be uncomfortable, is what I'm feeling. But I think at the end of it, it's going to balance some things out for you, which is, it's necessary. And like I said at the beginning, it's winter time. It's time to like let things die. It's time to let things go. What's being highlighted for you right now and what is rushing towards you is what you need to let go of within yourself. And it's going to be made apparent very quickly. Just generally, it looks pretty obvious to me that it's you trying to be everything to everyone and over focusing on money, on the material, and under focusing, undervaluing the balance and harmony and emotional side of everything. So refocus on that, and that should make things flow a little smoother, be a little easier, and not be so violent and destructive for you. It's a crazy time. You don't have to be the hero. Okay? You can just relax. You can choose to do less. And I think that will serve you well. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to back away from that energy. That was a lot, but you deserve it. Birthday season, right? So I hope that you end up having a magical birthday and an okay time in this new moon. I would really recommend any work with water and emotions, whether that's taking a ritual bath or just a regular bath with Epsom salt. You can absolutely turn that into a ritual. Connect with the water element if you're close to a body of water, the ocean, a lake, a river, a creek, even. Get out and get in touch with that water feminine side. Allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to access your emotional body. Stones that are blue, I think will really help you at this time. I'm really getting that very strongly, even though that's not necessarily associated with emotions. I'm picking that up for some reason. So, yep, that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps me out. And I will see you at the full moon.